Hi! Sonia here with your holiday survival guide. Now, I'm probably like a week late because I took a week off of doing videos, my weekly newsletter, because of Thanksgiving last week because I was saturated. Before leading up to Thanksgiving, without really thinking about it, I had friends here or traveling every single weekend. And it left me needing to really fill my well over the holidays and gave me the idea for this video, which is dedicated to all of my empaths, sensitives, intuitives out there, and also myself, because this is my holiday survival guide. My first practice that I am doing myself and I'm going to encourage you to do is slow down. It's really easy in the holidays to get overstimulated, to over-obligate ourselves, to feel like we have to do all of the things, all the different holiday parties, having to do shopping, having to do whatever it is. And the thing is if we start to slow down, we can start to connect with what is actually good for our spirit and be selective of where we want to spend our energy. If we can start to slow down, we can make choices that actually support us instead of coming from a place of obligation. Oftentimes, our high intellects tell us what we should do or compare ourselves to other people of like, everybody's doing all these different things, I should be doing it too, or it should be okay for me too. Something that I am learning is that just because other people have a different constitution or stamina doesn't mean that I do too. Because if we don't slow down and start to connect with what's really good for us, we get oversaturated. Hello, me having to like spend this whole week alone in my apartment drinking bone broth and reading books and taking baths and having candles. Like, that's it. Like, yay. And hanging out with my boyfriend. Those are the only things. People only. Second of all, of being devotional to taking care of our spirit. When we take care of our spirit doesn't need a lot, but it needs something every single day. The more we take care of our spirit, the more that we're sensitive to our spirit, the more that we're able to connect to our intuition, the more that we're better able to take care of ourselves, and the better we're able to navigate out in the world. So after being so saturated on December 1st, one thing that I was meditating, I decided I needed to meditate, and what dropped in for me as intuitive guidance was that every single day I need to A, meditate, and B, do something physically active. That could be going for a walk, doing something, and meditating for a lot of, like, it can look any which way that you want to. For me, I am dedicating to sitting down and being quiet for at least 5 minutes every single day now until the new year. A little bit goes a long way. And when we can create that space and oasis for ourselves, we have A, already slowed down, B, are available to our intuition, to our higher selves, and to our own self-care, and to what really takes care of us. Which brings me to number 3. This holiday season, this is where we get to practice boundaries. And what are boundaries? It's a place where we check in with what is my true yes and what is my true no, and letting ourselves off scot-free if we're really not that available. If it has to do with hanging out with a family member who doesn't make you feel good, that can be a no, or a holiday party that you just actually don't have energy for, it can also be a no. Oftentimes we can overly take responsibility for other people's feelings, and it's okay for us to let ourselves off the hook. Don't do things that don't feed your spirit. Or, for example, if you're obligated at a family party and there's really no way that you can get out of it, just give yourself a really clear time limit. And you don't have to explain yourself, which brings me to number 4. Don't explain yourself. We can get really in the habit of having to explain our vibes, what it is that we need, what's going on for us. But the more that we are quiet about it, we can obviously communicate. That's really important. But we don't have to explain our need to not, be at the holiday party for 5,000 hours or be at our Christmas party for way too long, or that we don't want to do drunken Christmas karaoke. That might not be your vibe. And that's totally, totally, totally okay. And you don't have to get into so much talking. Oftentimes we overtalk when we're feeling uncomfortable and feel like we have to explain ourselves to other people, when in reality, we can just connect back to number one, slowing down, and B, taking care of my spirit. And which brings me to number 5. This is such a busy, busy, busy time. So carving out time for ourselves, like I said, I'm dedicating myself to movement and meditation every single day. But it's also a time to really practice gratitude. You know, that is really the reason for this season. It's a time to enjoy our friends or family members. And also that means that we can practice having gratitude every single day. It can be the little things, whether it's a cup of coffee or, you know, for example, I'm grateful for my bone broth that I can smell right now in my kitchen. That smells delicious. But when we can get in the habit of being grateful, it's a place where we can start to open our hearts. And that's where we connect to our own heart intelligence. That's where we get in touch with our intuition. That's where we can actually allow for more availability. And which brings me to my last one, which is a video I also did. It's coming, all about support. Oftentimes in the holidays, we can feel like we have to do it all on our own, do all the Christmas shopping and cooking, or doing all the different things, all the obligations. And it's a really good time and opportunity to ask for support from the people that we love, whether we're having difficulty this holiday season, because the holidays, let's face it, are hard for a lot of people. There can be so much pressure on it being a wonderful, magical time of year, when it can be also like the darkest time of year where it's really dark and gray. It can bring up a lot of different family stuff, especially if, you know, your family is different, or you have an estranged family, or, you know, maybe just how your family looks different and you're not that close with them. It can bring up a lot of other stuff. So it's really important for us to allow ourselves to practice compassion with our own hearts, and also to allow ourselves to be supported. This is a really great time to ask for help, not only from the X-axis of our friends, neighbors, people that we trust, but also like the Y-axis of our angels and guides. You know, for me, with my parents being divorced, the holidays are fun, but it also can be a time where it can be kind of hard. You know, it can bring up all these old memories of great stuff, but then also have stuff where it's like, that kind of stinks that we're in a new place. Which brings me, back to a place of gratitude and being present, of not overly romanticizing the past, and also a place to strengthen my support with my friends and family members, even though it now looks different. And that's also okay. And if you're struggling this holiday season, I really encourage you to to do something of service, whether that is helping to donate to a toy drive, or passing out meals, or doing something to volunteer your time. Oftentimes when we're in a place of difficulty, it can really feel like we're all alone. But in reality, there are a lot of people who feel the same way. And when we can start getting into that place of generosity and giving and connecting to that genuine place, the more that we can actually get into the Christmas or holiday, or, you know, the holiday spirit. Because for me, the holiday spirit and its truth is about bringing light into darkness and using that as a place to transform and to soften. Practicing generosity and connectivity with the people around us, having it be a time of gratitude for ourselves, and also a really important time of self-reflection. You know, we live in a society that is super duper busy all the time. And this can be a really important time to sort of just take stock. Where have you grown this year? Where have you shifted and changed? What's new? You know, these can be really, really beautiful time to not only self-reflect on that, but take that into ourselves. So those are just some of my holiday survival tips. And most importantly, for me, know what takes care of you. For me, a certain dose of alone time does. And if that's something that takes care of you too, give it to yourself without any guilt. It's okay. Everybody will survive. Everybody will be okay. So I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful holiday season, and also give yourself, be as generous with yourself as you are with the people around you. And if you're needing guidance or support, I really encourage you to book a 15-minute discovery call with me. In it, we can see if intuitive mentoring or a soul reading will be a good fit. In mentoring, we get you really clear on not only your intuitive guidance, but also give you ownership of those tools, so it's not just a thought, but a felt experience. Or get a soul reading where we can get clear on your soul purpose, your gifts, and even your blind spots. Look at what's going on for you and what's ahead, especially as we're ending this year and this decade of 2019 and entering a new one. Now is the perfect time to get a soul reading so that you can enter the new year with a clear vision ahead. And also really use that time to create space to bring all of your heart's desires into fruition, and stop repeating patterns that no longer serve you, because that's no fun. But I'm sending you all my love. Good luck. Have fun. Enjoy the holidays. Sing some songs. Eat some snacks. Be generous with yourself. Don't hold yourself to crazy standards. Eat the cake. It's cool. All right. Love you. Bye.